Good afternoon, everybody, from the 2014 Little League World Series here in South Williamsport, Pennsylvania. From the Williamsport Sun-Gazette, he's the Dr. Chris Masse. I'm Mitch Rupert. We got a lot of things to talk about here on Sunday. Great day for games here on Sunday. The two U.S. games, we got the Great Lakes region from Chicago, the West region champ from Nevada going at it here in about an hour. Then we got Philadelphia playing Cumberland, Texas tonight. Not to mention two really good international games, the first of which is going on right now between Puerto Rico and South Korea. But we got a lot of things to talk about. And Chris, we got to start last night. That Rhode Island game was absolutely tremendous. And I love when we go to the bottom of the sixth inning, the coach from Cumberland, Rhode Island, Dave Belisle, just gave this tremendous speech to his team. You probably didn't hear it because you were here, but it was one of those Herb Brooks before playing the Russians kind of speeches, one of those Gene Hackman and Hoosier kind of speeches. Dave Belisle comes from a great coaching background. His dad is a tremendous hockey coach up in Rhode Island. What kind of motivator is this guy, and what a great job he did to get that Rhode Island team to come back.
He's a fantastic coach. I mean, he's been in his dad, Bill, they've won 30 state championships up in Rhode Island. He's the winningest hockey coach in American history. And Dave's been his captain when he played, and he's been his assistant for a long time. So he knows all about coaching. He knows everything it takes. Wonderful coach. His teams always fight. You know, we saw it against Texas the night before. They almost made a big comeback. They did it in 2011 when they were in here and won the consolation game. He's just a fun guy to play for. I mean, just seeing him in action, he's the kind of guy I would love to play for. He's disciplined, it's fundamentally sound team, but he has a lot of fun too, and he has everything in the right perspective.
And the one kid who really got fired up from that speech after they blew a 3-run lead in the sixth inning with 2 outs, Trey Thibeault, coming off the bench yesterday, was 2 for 2, had the big home run. How big was he for Rhode Island last night?
He's been huge. He's 4 for 4 off the bench in 2 games. I mean, he's been a super sub. He has the leadoff single there. I mean, they need something to get them going after giving up the 5 runs, and they're down 7-5, and that gave him a little bit of hope. He had the home run to put him up 5-2, so he's been huge. And I don't know if he's the MVP of the team or not through the series, but if he's not, he's darn close.
He's fun to watch, man. He got fired up, and now you've got a Rhode Island team who's got a tough test ahead of them. They're going to face the loser of this Great Lakes game against Las Vegas. But they've got a little fire in their belly right now. They're playing good ball right now, and Washington has a little bit of confidence too after their win yesterday. Neither of these teams is an easy out come tomorrow.
No, and I think they're both playing with house money because I think they both know they're the underdogs going in. I think Belisle he knew from the 2011 experience. He said they learned to not just be happy that they were here to convince the kids not to be intimidated by these teams. They're as good as the rest of them, and I think that's shown in the way they play. Washington with a gutty comeback win over South Dakota, who I think is better than an 0-2 team. I think South Dakota's good too. So Washington's going to be, and they'll have their ace, he and Michael, ready to go against either Philly or Texas. So look for 2 good games tomorrow.
That's what I love about the Little League World Series here is you get the raw emotion. The way Dave Belisle was jumping around after they rallied to win that game in the 6th inning last night. You love to see guys that, you know, while they have the game face on, they're excited to be here and they're excited to win.
Yeah, they're taking it all in, and Robley Corsi, Washington's manager, is the same way. It's just great to see that emotion and see guys that get it, so to speak, that want to win bad, but they're taking it all in and enjoying the moment.
And Robley Corsi is a great story. Chris will have this story in Monday's edition of the Sun-Gazette. He's a survivor of melanoma, recovering from that. Can you tell us that story a little bit, what he's gone through?
Yeah, he found out 3 years ago. He's got sideburns on his face, so it was on the one side, but it was on the side of his face. He said it was really deep. It was a scary situation for him, but he said, his wife and his players, this team's been together this whole run that he's been battling cancer, and he said they've been inspirations to him. So it's great to see him be here. And we said it before the other day. I mean, he's a guy that has everything in perspective. He's fought the toughest fight of his life, so he knows a baseball game. That's small to David. So a great manager for the Washington kids to have.
great perspective from all these managers still alive here. They understand how special it is to be here in South Williamsport. Chris, I think that's going to do it for us here from the Sunday edition of the 2014 Little League World Series. You can read all of Chris's stories, all of Ben Burgandy's story at Sun-Gazette.com. We have a special Little League extra section where you can find all the stories. Also follow us on Twitter. We got tidbits for you all week. And we do still have Little League pins. I do keep forgetting mine, but sooner or later this week I will have Little League pins to give out.
I got some.
He's got some. Fine, Chris. He'll give you one, and you know I'm just a loser, I guess. It doesn't happen. Whatever. From the Sunday edition of the Little League World Series from the Williamsport Sun-Gazette, he's the Dr. Chris Masse. I'm Mitch Rupert. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one.